Thanks for joining us on the John Mendola Show. We're driven by McCarthy Tire and Automotive Centers. Let's talk Wallenpaupack Buckhorns Wrestling. Kyle Hartman joining us right now. Well, Kyle, it's been a special year for you. You are a senior, and in nice dramatic fashion, you win by a point in the district finals. Let's talk about how you felt through the tournament and then getting the gold.
In the beginning of the tournament, I was very confident. Coming off my first match with a 20-second pin, and then my second match ending in the first period, I came off very confident and trying to finish things early. And then later in the tournament, my third match of the day took a little bit more out of me. I won, I believe, by a decision. And my final match was probably the hardest one of the day, and I really had to go for it.
Kyle, let's talk about all that training you've put in, all those hours in the room, outside the room. I mean, this is the stuff that you live for. Tell us about your career and what it's been like there at Paupack.
I've been training for my senior year since I was probably 8 years old. I started wrestling when I was in first and second grade. I wrestled nonstop, twice a week for Paul Newcomer, the junior Buckhorn wrestling coach. And then I eventually made it to the junior high program where I wrestled under Coach Arnold. And my junior high career, I went undefeated my 8th grade year. My 7th grade year, I lost 2. And then my freshman year was my downfall. It was my first year under Stephen Krishnowski. It was definitely my worst year in my high school career. And then I bounced back my sophomore year to a winning record, my first regional appearance. I lost my first 2. My junior year, I made regionals again. I made the all-conference team, and I won my first match at regionals. Hopefully this year, I prepare a little bit better than I've been in the past, and I just push through the state tournament.
Well, prepare you did. You beat a feisty John McCarthy out of Delaware Valley, who's a pretty good wrestler. He's a junior. He's had a nice year. But for you, talk about the preparation this week. You know what it's like to get to regionals. What's it going to be like as it leads up to this weekend? Because you know you're facing the best sometimes in the state when you get to the regionals there in the Lehigh Valley.
Yeah. Just looking at what I've done in the past, I've been seeded last year at 3rd, and I lost my first match there. Being the first seed, I have expectations to look forward to. People are looking at me to win it, and I can't let them down. I got to go full bore my senior year. I just got to prepare more than I've ever prepared before.
Kyle, talk about the style of wrestler that you are, 220 pounds. What do you notice in this weight class? Because sometimes you get guys that have a great motor, and then sometimes you get guys that kind of will, work it a little bit and maybe get that 3-2 win. Tell us about what you try to do when you're out there against some of these wrestlers, and what do you see out there?
To me, as a wrestler, it depends on the style. There's some styles I wrestle against, and it either matches up very well for me, or it's a little bit of a struggle. Some things that match up well for me, it's the ones that come out and try to muscle. I like shooting. I love being that unorthodox wrestler. The things that you won't see at the heavier weights, I love going for. It's just the things that you wouldn't expect to see at a heavyweight. The ones that are very troubling for me are the ones that wrestle just like me, or they know how to defend that quick and how to tie up by using wrist control. It's just like especially in the district tournament, you get those guys that are a little bit better with the faster, feistier guys. They have hand control, wrist control. They have an underhook sometimes that stop me from moving in the direction. You go to regionals, they get even better, and I can just imagine the state tournament, them getting even better.
Kyle Hartman from Wallenpaupack joining us here on the John Mendola Show. We are driven by McCarthy Tire and Automotive Centers. Kyle, let's talk about your coach, Coach Krishnowski, what it's like to wrestle for him in the program there at Wallenpaupack. There's been some success for you guys, and some guys have moved on to do bigger and better things.
Wrestling under Coach Stephen Krishnowski, I came up from junior high with a lot of things to look forward to. I was supposed to be this not great wrestler, but decent wrestler, and I came up and I was 5-14 my freshman year. The coaching that I got my freshman year and my sophomore year, it was a great help, especially from Mr. Krishnowski. He just critiqued the littlest things in my techniques, and I went from 5-14 to 28-12, and I don't think I could do that without Stephen Krishnowski. Just the stuff that he brings into the room. Some coaches, they won't go live with their own wrestlers, but Mr. Crush, he goes hard with us every single day. He goes live with us. He does the workouts that we do, and wrestling is probably the hardest sport out there. And he's an older guy that's going hard with 16, 17, 18-year-olds. Like, he's one of us. It's just great having that chemistry in the room that the coaches are working in with the students.
Kyle, let's talk about you and your teammates. Let's talk about the bond that you guys have and some other guys that are going to take that trip to regionals with you.
As a team this year, I mean, if you haven't seen in the paper, we have 6 sets of brothers. It's a great chemistry knowing that the kid next to you, the guy next to you could be your brother, could be related to you. And in the wrestling room, it's just a great feeling knowing that you're pushing not just another kid, but it could be also your relative. It's just a great feeling wrestling with a bunch of guys that you know that they're not going to get away with slacking off, because it's just that motivation of, hey, like my younger brother would tell me, you're 15-5 or 5-15 your freshman year. I'm a freshman, and I'm 20 and whatever he has. He's doubled my record, if not quadrupled my record, and I don't hear the end of that.
That's okay, though. Hey, you're still working hard, and you're made it to regionals, which is an incredible accomplishment. When you talk about your family itself, tell us about how they support you, whether it's in the classroom or on the mat or just anywhere they want to take care or make sure that you're getting better at something to grow up to be a great young man.
They've supported me since day one. If I have, especially my parents, backing me up all throughout my high school, junior high, and even when they pushed me when I was younger to wrestle, I probably wouldn't be here right now wrestling, or I'd probably be doing another sport right now. They've always been very supportive in the classroom, on the mat, my decisions. Even if it wasn't the best decisions, they've always backed me up no matter what.
And Kyle, let's talk about that future for you. Tell us about what your plans are. It is your senior year. Is wrestling something you are going to do at the next level? And number 2, do you know where you're going?
As of now, I'm not really sure on where I'm going. I know what I want to go for, and I would really like to wrestle at the next level, even if it's not that high-end D1 level. I would really like to wrestle at Division II, even low-end D1 and Division III. Wrestling's definitely been in my future, or definitely been in my past. I'd really like it to be in my future.
Well, we wish you the very best with that, Kyle. Congratulations on a real nice year at Wallenpaupack, and the best of luck there in your future endeavors.
Thank you.
Senior Kyle Hartman from the Wallenpaupack Buckhorns here on the John Mendola Show. We are driven by McCarthy Tire and Automotive Centers.